first session today is talking about goal setting. And we have none other person here than my sister. She was my former colleague. She's my pastor. She's many things in one. Okay, so Adesuwa, over to you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for that, Lola. Good afternoon, everybody. And good afternoon to all my co-coaches. This is beyond goal setting because we are actually going to be doing the work, right? So please go to the next slide. We're going to do a quick exercise right now. Next slide. So I want you to imagine that it is your 60th birthday, right? It's your 60th birthday. Imagine people are all around you. Maybe you're at an event. I don't know how you want your 60th birthday to look like. Now, what would you like to be said about you and your achievements? Can you quickly write that down? And when we say achievements, people only think of career. They're thinking, and you notice that in the second bullet, it says, in doing the above exercise, break your life into the various segments in which you function. So for me now, I am a daughter, I am a friend, I work, perhaps I have different jobs and different things I do. Perhaps I'm also volunteering in a church, and then I have other volunteer work. Just list out. So when you're thinking of the achievement, what do you like people to say about you? Think of it in those segments. As a wife, as a child. So you have parents, you have children, you have friends. Then you now have colleagues, you have a job that you are responsible for. So imagine that it's your 60th birthday. What kind of achievement would you want to be said that you have achieved? That should span across these segments of your life. I'm going to give us 5 minutes to do that because I want you to have it in mind as we keep speaking. So I'm sure as you're writing down the segments of your life, you will be surprised that you have so much already pulling at you, right? And what we are doing right now is beginning with the end in mind. Okay, so does anybody want to share what they've written? So I'm going to show you my own journal to give you an idea of what I'm saying you should do. Can you see my journal? Can you see it closely? So you see that on this side, I have the segments of my life. I just put 3 there. On this side are the things I want people to say about each of them. So what will your children say about you? What will your husband say about you? What would your colleagues or people who have followed your career progression say about you that way? So Cynthia, what have you written on that career?
I have a fulfilled career.
Okay, so how does that? So when you say have a fulfilling career, right? Does that help you? So in writing those things, you have to be you shouldn't be vague. So having a fulfilling career is very vague. So for instance, let me give you an example of what I like people to say about me. So when I said to Cynthia that what you wrote is vague, this is what I mean. When you look at these things, they should be able to call you to action. So if you say you want to have a successful career, what does that mean? So for me, if I say, I would like people to tell me on my 60th birthday, Adesuwa has contributed to to improving literary skills in children in over 10 countries in Africa. Nobody needs to tell you that, oh, this person is either a philanthropist or is an NGO, is in the development space, you know. And when you look at that, when you look at this exercise, it makes you start thinking. So if I'm saying I want to help children read and write in over 10 countries in Africa, where should I start from? What am I doing now? What can I do in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Are the things I'm doing now going to make sure I hear that on my 60th birthday? I don't know if are you guys understanding what I'm saying? So if you say to become a force to reckon with in my field, then when an opportunity, my name will be on everybody's lips. In what regard? In what regard? So let's assume that you are an accountant. Would you like to be known for being thorough? So when we are seated as accountants, or I don't know what the name of a group of accountants would be called, or maybe in ICANN, and they think of who is going to do a forensic audit or go through a finance statement, and it will be very thorough, and the analysis would be on point and precise. You know, they call on you. So what that does to you already is telling you that as you are pursuing your career, as you are building your career, thoroughness is an important is important for you, and then you begin to build on it. I don't know if you guys, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So beginning with the end in mind helps you see the areas by which you should start working on. And then somebody spoke about her child, very beautiful, right? I loved that. So what are you doing about it? How much time are you giving to your child? How much love are you showing to your child now? So in your schedule, how much of that does your child take? How much communication do you give to your child? And what kind of relationship would you like to have? You know, you can design all of this. You know, we're not supposed to live life on a whim. You can actually live your life by design. You know, so with this in mind, you know, and I want you to really think about it. Think about it. That will now take us now to our the next slide. That now takes you to the next slide. Be proactive. You know, sometimes when people say be proactive, you know, we think that being proactive means do things fast. So I don't know, at least I'm from Nigeria, I'm going to tell you what I've observed. So you hear people say, you were not proactive, shouldn't you have done this by 10 o'clock, or you should have done this by, or you should have ensured that you got to the park on time so that you have gotten a car. You know, we associate being proactive to being sharp, you know, to being on time, being in time and all of that. But that is not what it is. Being proactive means to protect your actions, to think before you act, to ensure that you have thought things through and you are taking an informed action, an informed decision, donors and all of that. You want to be that person, you want to be that go-to person. And then you look at yourself now and you ask yourself, I'm giving you practical ways to do this. You ask yourself, what skills do I have now? Which is fine. You may not have all the skills at the beginning. The thing is, you are going to have it at the end. That's why you're beginning with the end in mind. So you tell yourself, okay, oh, so I need to. So if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do this and this and this trainings. And it means that at some point, at this point of my life, I might actually have things very intense because perhaps I'm going to be doing a master's, or I'm going to be doing these courses and that courses and all of that, right? So that is how you start being proactive, and you start planning. Next slide, please. And then you start planning. You start planning and asking yourself very, very, very direct questions. And in doing all of this, so we usually make a mistake. You want to do everything at the same time. But there's something such as put first things first. Now, most of these headings I got are from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Like, I'm a proponent of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So when you begin in the end, you might, even in choosing jobs, in choosing opportunities, you are asking yourself, how does this impact on my vision? All right. So when you so in putting first things first, you ask yourself, what can be achieved in short term? Is it courses? Is it volunteer work? Is it do I have to go learn a skill that will fund my dream? If I'm to have a full-time job, will I really learn these things I want to learn? You should never forget your why. I'm a why person. Why are you doing what you are doing? You know, if you were asked to sing a love song, the way you will sing it will be different from if you're actually in love. There's a why now. It's the same way with life. Now, when you have put together where you are going, what you want to achieve, and all, you ask yourself very, very, very sincere questions. What gaps are evident from your vision? So you say you want to be CEO, but at this point, you are nowhere near that. So what capacity gaps are existing? What knowledge gaps are existing? Do I behave? What's my mindset like? You know, do I have a mindset of abundance? Do I have a mindset that, man, these positions are few, so I have to fight my way up there? I don't have, so I mean, I don't know if you've ever met people with that mentality that the sky is jam-packed for everyone. So they have to be nasty to everybody or put down people's work just so that theirs can shine. You are now taking your life, your plan as a marathon, not as a sprint race, because you know that you are growing stage by stage. You are showing up every day, and you are being truthful to yourself. That's what the third bullet point is very, very, very big on. The next thing you have to now do is put it in practice. And the best way to put it in practice is through the principle of the fullness of a week. So most times we usually plan our weeks around activities, not our big rocks or our vision. So we just, and what am I doing today? I'm going to send this proposal, I'm going to do that. By the time you check at the end of the year, you realize that all you have just been doing are routine activities. Nothing you've been doing is actually feeding into your vision. So what you should do is, when you set those big visions, every year you should scale it down to goals. So in this year, I'm going to read 10 books because I know that I need to increase my vocabulary library. I want to crush. Yes, there'll be activities, but I want to challenge us. In every week, try and have at least 2 big rocks that is directly affecting your vision. Or let's even go that directly affecting your goals, because yes, your goals are directly connected to your vision, right? So a big rock can be complete my assignments and classes. You're going to do something very important called sharpening the saw. You are the saw here. How much time do you take to reflect? So like I said at the beginning, my vision board is right there in my room looking at me. When I'm getting confused or I'm feeling overwhelmed, I just stare at it. I just stare at it. You know, so for me, I'm a Christian, and I just pray about it, and I just do my reflection or meditation. I just stare at it, and you can even pat yourself at the back when you look at your vision board and you realize that everything on your vision board, you are doing something about it. or you are being sincere and telling yourself, okay, this aspect of my vision board cannot happen now until I do this. So that means maybe in the next 5 years, I'm going to start doing this and all of that. And then you just realize that you calm down, you just relax because, okay, I'm actually doing the best that I can. And that takes us to the last slide, that everything you desire is on the other side of consistency. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach Adesuwa, for that insightful session. Personally, I had a great time.